Konnichiwa from Osaka, Japan. We are starting the day of touristing a little bit late in the day today. We are on our way to the teamLab Botanical Gardens in Osaka. So teamLabs is an association of artists who put together light displays, interactive light displays. So there's a handful of them around Asia. We were lucky enough to be able to go to the one in Tokyo a few years ago, which was absolutely spectacular, and we loved it so much we knew we had to come to the one here in Osaka. This one is quite different. This one is going to be outside. Obviously, it's in a botanical garden. So we're gonna have a whole bunch of light displays outside. It's actually pretty cold already. It is the end of November, so Japan does get quite cold in winter. So I'm hoping it's not gonna get too chilly. We are in. You're probably going to be barely able to see me this entire video because it's such low light. That's kind of the point. Are we allowed to go over the barriers?
There's a good booping one up here. You want a boopa?
Do it.
I don't know if I influence this.
No being rough with the artwork. It's quite satisfying, actually.
I thought it would have a gooier texture.
Yeah.
Looks like it would be gooey. I feel like they look like little pods where humans are being developed or something.
Yeah. Well, they're very egg-like for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, they're red now. Takes on a very different vibe when they're red. It's like they're the predator or the alien spawn.
No, another one, different colors.
Has like condensation inside of it. Ooh.
Oh, that would make sounds.
Yeah. Boop.
Give it a good boop.
Whoa. I feel like this is like a dragon egg or something. So pretty. So far, I really haven't noticed the cold. I'm too distracted by the amazing light installations, thank goodness. It's a very calming, peaceful, relaxing atmosphere, especially with the atmospheric music that's going on here. It's kind of like the music you would hear when you're getting a massage or in a yoga class or something. Actually being affected by the people moving around in the installation. And then I think there's also an app on your phone where you can like interact with the, it's not music, but with the sounds, so that like different intonations are happening at different times with the movement of the lights. It's really soft, whatever this grass is. We've got big eggs going on now. Ah, they're gonna squish me. Ah!
Ah, they did. It's got a good squish.
Okay. Ah! They're kind of heavy.
Surprisingly.
There you are. Got lost you in the eggs. Whoa, this looks really neat. This is really trippy actually, because there are like many layers of different like screens with different things projected on them. Yeah. Oh, this is like a big bear and the toads are riding the bear on this one. Yeah, so that projection is further behind this one that was just up here. See what I mean? Now that one's in front of it.
Oh, yeah.
The depth perception is really interesting. Okay, we are now out of the teamLab Botanical Garden after spending pretty much 2 full hours exploring around in there. And it really was a spectacular, mesmerizing light show. I was originally a bit worried that it was going to be too similar to the teamLab's experience that we had in Tokyo, but really it could not have been more different. To have the projection mapping on living trees and bushes is such a unique concept, because usually with projection mapping it's on solid buildings or objects, right? So things that are not going to move at all. But this projection mapping was on the trees, like things are blowing in the breeze and the wind. And of course, the trees are growing constantly. So I feel like the projection mapping for this installation had to be a lot more fluid, but I think it worked out super well. The projection mapping would avoid places where the people are. So like if you're walking down a path, the projections wouldn't be projecting onto the people or the path. It would just be hitting the tree trunks and the tops of the leaves. So I found that really effective. Quite different from normal projection mapping, which is just on like static objects. And then obviously just the scale of it. It's a huge botanical garden. We could walk through the whole garden and everything is lit up with these projections on the trees. And then there were even more installations as well, like that one crazy, like wacky waving machine one with like the pillars that were blowing in the wind. That was so powerful. It was a really, really interesting installation. Just to be able to walk through and experience those big things like flapping all around really noisily, but also with the peaceful music with them. It was a kind of a bizarre contradiction in that one. However, I was expecting the installations to be more interactive. It even said on the introduction video at the start of the park that things were supposed to react when you touch them. So the music and the lights were supposed to alter in some way when you interact with the pieces, which I didn't find, or we didn't find, that happened at all. Like with the big eggs, it seemed like nothing really happened at all. It just seemed to be on like a constant automatic changing schedule. I don't really know how it was set up, but it didn't seem to be making any difference when we were actually like touching the things.
They did say at the intro to get the app, and the app would interact with it.
I don't know if it just wasn't working, but it didn't appear to be doing much when we were interacting with it. Not that like that's not a huge complaint. I think it was still interesting enough just to go around and like be able to go amongst all of the installations as well. And it was just overall a very serene, awe-inspiring kind of walk through a park at night, which is also something that people don't really do, just walk through parks after dark.
Brilliant. Such a nice way to enjoy a park after dark. And because it's the Botanical Gardens, it was huge. And there was hundreds in the queue, but didn't feel like it was busy.
Yeah, we got in less than 5 minutes, I think, after it opened. and there were a ton of people in the queue ahead of us. And it was actually quite affordable to get a ticket. We bought on Klook, and I think it was like $13.50 US on Klook. I don't know why it defaulted to US currency, but it basically came out to 2,200 Japanese yen, like 20 Canadian dollars. So all pretty standard across the board there for the prices. And yeah, that's very inexpensive for a nice evening out to see something like this, because in fact I think we spent over double that per ticket to go to the team labs in Tokyo. A beautiful evening in Osaka.